Welcome into Drew's Daily Diamonds for Sunday, February 23rd, 2025. I am Drew Martin, breaking down the slate of games. Let me know in the comments below where you agree, where you disagree, your picks for today, for this upcoming week. All is welcome. It helps grow the show. Smash that like button if you're liking the content. As we got first game up, 1:30 Eastern on CBS Assembly Hall, Bloomington, Indiana, for the Big Ten matchup of the Purdue Boilermakers and the Indiana Hoosiers. Purdue comes in 13th ranked team in the country, 19-8 on the season, 11-5 in the Big Ten. Indiana, they're a team I think is better than their record sort of looks. I mean, 15-11 overall isn't a sexy record by any means, and 3 games under 500 in the Big Ten. But when you look at kind of their streak here, they've lost 6 of their last 7, but 4 of those games were within 5 points. So I don't want to ding them too much. Plus, it's a very unique spot for Indiana. They're at home, off of a home game with 9 days rest. They haven't played. It's almost like a bye week in football. And I think that could work to their advantage. It's almost like one of those situations for the Hoosiers. It's their last chance to really make a run into the NCAA tournament. If you look at their schedule, this is the toughest one left for them, up against the Purdue Boilermakers. And if they're able to pull this one off, they got 4 straight that are kind of winnable games, I would call it. It's not out of the questions that Indiana is able to make the NCAA tournament, kind of winning a couple games in the Big Ten tournament. I can see them actually surprising some people because they've had a really difficult schedule. Now, looking at this game, though, Purdue, Matt Painter's team has lost 3 straight and lost the last 2 against the spread to Michigan State and Wisconsin by 25 against the spread points. I kind of think they're being overpriced right now. They got back-to-back road games. They've given up 75-plus points in 7 straight. I think the home dog is barking here, guys. I think the Hoosiers bounce back. We're going to take them plus the points. Indiana Hoosiers, points in our pocket against Purdue. We got next game up, 2 o'clock Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific on ESPNU, Bartow Arena, Birmingham, Alabama. It's Temple, the Owls, up against the UAB Blazers. Blazers have been playing blazing basketball, if you will, 10-3 in the AAC. The story here, though, has been the Temple Owls to the over. 21-5 to the over, 16 straight overs. You rarely see that. We talked about them last time up earlier this week, and we bet them over. We had overtime help us there, but I'm not going to jump off the train just because of that. We're sticking on the Temple Owls to the over. This is a team that's given up 78-plus points in 9 straight, 90-plus in 3 of those games. They're number 2 in the conference in pace of play, number 1 in 3-point shots, number 1 in free throw attempts as well. So we're getting that stoppage of the clock. I don't think a whole lot's changing here up against UAB. They've scored 85 and 90 points in their last 2 games. They're the number 1 offensive efficiency team in the American Conference. Temple, UAB, it's going to be a high total here, guys, but up and over, I wouldn't be surprised if this gets into the 170s. So in the mid 160s, we're going over Temple and UAB for the second game up. We got next game, Ohio State and UCLA, and this is going to be the best bet for the show. A reminder, if you could comment below, it helps the algorithm grow in the show. Smash that like button if you're liking the content. Premium picks, WagerTalk.com, experts page, Drew Martin. Do got one lined up here for Sunday night I have circled, but it's a game we're not talking. But the best bet for the show, UCLA and Ohio State. I'm going off of Ken Palm's numbers because Sunday's show, guys, this is going to be the one day I kind of do before the weekend, just going off of projected lines. So I don't have to do a show, get on camera every single day, 7 days out of the week. So I'll be in the comments, though, posting what the opening odds are, at least for me. So, join me in there. But either way, best bet for the show, Ohio State, UCLA. UCLA, I'm going off of Ken Palm's numbers here, minus 5-point home favorites, 139 being the total. Buckeyes come in 15-12 on the season, under 500 in the Big Ten. UCLA 19-8, 10-6 in the Big Ten. I like this UCLA team. I really do, particularly at home. And we're going to get into a scheduling spot here that I think very much favors the Bruins. I guess we can talk about Ohio State's team first. It's a tough schedule spot for them. They've lost 2 straight at home. They have a quick turnaround from Thursday to Sunday, and they're starting their West Coast road trip, the Big Ten Conference, Los Angeles two-step, if you will, at UCLA, at USC. This is the first one of the road trip. I don't think that's really in the Buckeyes' advantage, particularly because this is UCLA and their schedule spot, the second of back-to-back home games, and they're off of their first one, which they lost. That's their first home loss since January 7th. And another interesting quirk here that I'm starting to pay attention to, I know a lot of people know about the Big Ten Conference and traveling across country, but I kind of found another one here that UCLA has not lost a home game after staying home, meaning it's not their first home game back from the East Coast. And that's the situation they're in right now, off of losing their first one back. And it almost makes sense because if you're heading back home as UCLA from the East Coast and it's your first game back, you kind of have that same travel problem that the away team is. But if you're already back home and they're making their first jump out west, I think the travel spot is really in your advantage as UCLA. It would also work the same for USC, the West Coast teams in general. But in this situation, it kind of presents itself here. I think Mick Cronin's team gets it done. I mean, at home, they've been money. They beat Michigan State and beat Wisconsin. I think they knock off the Buckeyes here. Ken Palm's number has it projected UCLA -5. I'll be in the comments, though, posting what the opening number is. But if it's anywhere near 5, I think it's the Bruins, guys. UCLA, best bet for the show, -5 as the projected number. In recap, we got Temple, UAB over the total, and the Indiana Hoosiers plus the points at home. Guys, that's going to do it for the Sunday show. Come back and join us tomorrow. Smash that like button, comment below. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Thanks for tuning in.